it was a magnificent performance.
Thank you, Barry. Here comes Iron Mike Tyson. There is a World Championship belt at stake for him, but so much more. He is the man here under pressure, surely, to prove that his career is not washed up. Let's get to our commentary team. Glenn McCrory and Ian Dark.
And after all these years as boxing's most feared and famous name, Mike Tyson enters the ring 2 days short of his 31st birthday, with his very future as a top-line heavyweight on the line. As a young savage of the ring, remember, he terrorized this division. Now, as a newlywed with his 4th child on the way, has the rage inside gone, or are we about to see a rebirth of the old Tyson, a sharper, less complacent Tyson, turning back the clock to wreak revenge? My theory, he says, is destroy or be destroyed. We are about to find out.
But I'm sure he's going to have the fury. He only knows one way to fight, and that's to be aggressive, to go out, to try and destroy. And that's exactly what he's going to try and do. I'm sure he's going to set a furious pace in the early rounds. He wants to reverse everything that happened on November 9th. He wants to regain the title, and he wants to do it in good style. But has he gone back to the drawing board? Has he changed the mistakes? Can he make it different this time? They're the questions. You know, has he got the answers?
The last time he came in the ring first as a challenger, he absolutely demolished Frank Bruno. But this is a different matter again. Every seat is sold. Stars like James Caan and Michael J. Fox and Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, they're all here. He looks relaxed, Glenn.
He does, he looks very relaxed, but here's the man who's just been relaxed all week, and we saw him singing hymns in the dressing room. What an unbelievable character he is, Evander Holyfield.
You can say that again. Holyfield, who performed what was little short of a boxing miracle 7 months ago. Bookmakers made him 25-1 to win that one. Fans were so worried for his health, they sent him get-well cards before the fight, and look what happened. We reckoned without his pride, his courage, his skills, his unbelievable willpower. A dignified, serene man who says he finds his strength through God. But can he be as good again as he was on November the 9th last year? Well, can he, Glenn?
Well, he believes so much in God. He has such unbelievable faith. You know, he's a fighting man, but he has such unbelievable faith that, you know, he believes he can do it. He's been so relaxed in the whole build-up. You know, and he says, listen, I've done the work. I've got tremendous faith. I can't do it if I just pray. If I work, if I do everything that I've got to do, and then I pray, I'm unbeatable. I can't be beaten. Mike Tyson cannot beat me. And that's the way he's acted. You know, in this whole build-up, he's acted like a man who just believes, who knows he's got Mike Tyson's number.
But has he? He says it doesn't matter what state Tyson's in, I shall fight my fight regardless. Now, how many Tyson opponents have you seen get in the ring with a smile on their face, bouncing around and looking happy to be there?
None, just one, Evander Holyfield. Normally they're scared to death, but he believes he can win. He believes nothing Mike Tyson can do can beat him. And I think, you know, he has that unbelievable confidence. It's tremendous to watch a man who believes in his own ability that much.
And everyone here is hoping beyond hope. They are going to witness a fight that would maybe just rank alongside the great fights of history, like the Frazier-Ali series and Foreman and Ali. Something that will go down for years to come and that people will talk about for years to come. They've already talking about that first one. It's for the WBA Heavyweight Championship. Holyfield is 34. Tyson will be 31 in 2 days' time. Big height and reach advantages for Evander Holyfield. This time, both the same weight. That's 15 stone, 8 pounds. Last time, Tyson was half a stone the heavier man. He's 4 pounds lighter. Holyfield, a heaviest ever for this contest. Tyson, make no mistake, has trained and got himself very, very sharp indeed. Holyfield says that extra weight is because he's gone for extra leg power and strength. These are the WBA rules. The salient points, 3 knockdown rule will be in effect. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
We ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. In the spirit of tonight's dedication, in celebrating the triumph of human spirit, let us, in our national anthem, present to you at this time our leader, one of the success stories and adopted daughters of Hale House, the Harlem program for children of drug-abused parents. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, please welcome to the microphone the talented vocalist to lead us, Mika Hale. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
There is a white-hot atmosphere here.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the City of Entertainment, the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's time for our main event of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and King Vision in association with Showtime Event Television, the MGM Grand and Gold Premium Beer. This bout coming away is sanctioned and directed under the auspices of the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza, representing the WBA, Dr. Elias Cordoba, Supervisor Leonard Nipper Reed, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem, Commissioners Nat Carasali, Lorenzo Fertitta, Luther Mack, and Dr. James May. The Executive Director, Mark Ratner. Physicians at ringside, we have Doctors Flip Pomansky, James Game, Al Capana, and Robert Voy. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Jane Broadfoot and James Cavan. And our judges scoring this bout from ringside, who will determine the outcome should we go to a decision, Dwayne Ford, Chuck Jumpa, and Jerry Roth. All right, fans, here we go. The time has come. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it is showtime! With the WBA Heavyweight Championship of the World scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you our referee. referee in charge of this bout. The third man in the ring working in this is 96th world title bout, Mills Lane. Presenting to you first, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing his traditional black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at a ready 218 pounds with a record of 45 wins, 2 losses. He has 39 big wins coming by way of knockout. The youngest man ever to win the heavyweight title. He is looking to exact his revenge and regain his championship tonight. Challenging for his third heavyweight crown, here is the current WBA #1 contender, one of the great powers of heavyweight history, the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Iron Mike Tyson. The ring in the red corner, presenting the defending world champion, wearing purple trunks with white trim, fighting out of it, representing his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in the same weight as his opponent, 218 pounds, with a record of 33 wins, 3 losses. He has 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome only the second man in history to have captured the heavyweight crown 3 times, the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's warrior spirit, the current WBA heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. Once again, our referee in charge, Mills Lane, now to give instructions.
Grease off, Richie. Take the grease off the side. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now, gentlemen, we've gone through all the instructions in the dressing room. Step back, Richie. Now, look here. Right here. If he goes right here, I'm not going to call it low, okay? If he goes right here, I'm not going to call it low. Now, I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from the challenger, she's second. Any questions from the champion, she's second. Let's get it on.
What an atmosphere we have here. Is it repeat for Holyfield or revenge for Tyson? Can Holyfield be as good again? Can Tyson reignite the old flames? Last time, Holyfield refused to be intimidated. That stuff, he said, doesn't work with me. Tyson has 20 first-round wins on his record. Here we go again. The rematch we've waited a long time to see. And from early on in the first contest, Holyfield sent out the message to Tyson that he wasn't going to be dominated. Tyson looking to let go with that left hook. Are we going to see Tyson get off with the old 4-punch combinations that were a feature of his work in his heyday? Mills Lane very quickly establishing his control.
I think that's something he's got to do. He doesn't want it to tangle. He doesn't want them to get too involved and be a physical fight. He wants to get them to break cleanly straight from the off.
There was a lot of holding and spoiling in the first fight in the early rounds anyway, and that was how Holyfield managed to just foil a lot of Tyson's work, and then he dominated on the outside. In that first fight, Holyfield seemed to be armor plated against Tyson's power.
From the Tyson camp have said they're trying to get Tyson to start throwing combinations, to throw his punches in clusters like he didn't do in the first fight. But is he going to find the jab, which was always so good in his early career? He threw everything off the jab, powerful weapon. He's got to find that.
Yes, Holyfield again, making Tyson miss and hitting him with a right hand counter. That was a feature of their first battle. There he is again with the right hand. Holyfield is such a good technician.
It's very early stages, but Holyfield looks very physically strong. He looks more intent to take the fight to Tyson.
Holyfield says his motivation is to make sure everyone knows that the first result was no fluke. Gets in with two good punches to the head. Tyson has got his gloves held pretty high. I'm not sure they landed flush. But the more positive start has come from Evander Holyfield.
This is really taking the fight to Tyson. Is he overconfident? Is he going to walk onto something?
That is always the danger when you're talking about Tyson's mega power. If it was a popularity contest in here, in any case, Holyfield would have already won. Massive chants ringing around the arena for him, and they can hardly hear a bell that goes to end the first round, which I believe Holyfield did enough to win.
Yes, that was his round. He was pushing Tyson back. I think he knows that if he pushes Tyson onto the back foot, Tyson can't work effectively.
But Tyson did not come out, as many of us thought, really fast and with guns blazing.
Stay with the jab. So you're stiff jabbing good. I want you now jab for the throat. Jabbing for the throat. You're moving good. Keep off the center. Keep moving and punch. You got to punch. Don't wait on it.
The voice of Richie Jacquetti, who's back in the Tyson corner.
And he was asking him to jab. That's what he has to do. Tell him to jab for the throw, which really hurts an opponent. They can't do anything when they're winded with a punch like that.
You just wonder what mental scars have been left in Tyson's mind from the first battle. It was a good shot Holyfield landed in that first round. Here's round two. It's due, of course, to go 12 rounds. Still no sign of that Tyson jab.
Tyson already complaining a little bit to the referee there. Cut has opened already.
He's got a cut, and this time it's by the right eye. There was a clash of heads there. Now then, does the referee see that as an accidental or deliberate clash of heads? That's what we need to know. It has to go 4 completed rounds under the rules, otherwise it could possibly be declared a no contest. We hope that doesn't happen. Tyson dabs away at the cut. He was cut, remember, in training for this fight. He was cut in the first battle between these two.
And you'd think this is where doubts are going to come into Tyson's mind. He hasn't started that well already. He's got a cut.
And again, he's looking at the referee and complaining. But this is interesting because, of course, the Tyson camp protested about the original choice of referee Mitch Halpin. And Tyson now wants some help from Mills Lane, but is he giving distress signals out?
Well, there looks to be, but very interesting that Tyson has been bullied in there. Holyfield really taking the fight to him.
Some damage by that right eye. But Tyson, he did get in with a right hand.
Holyfield superbly conditioned. He's got 3 gears, hard, harder and hardest, they say. And that's the way he'll fight.
This is a man, remember, who fought for 13 years for nothing, Evander Holyfield. Never mind, he's got $150 million out of this business in his bank account. He relishes the battle. He has amazing will, and he's taken control early here against Tyson, who so far has looked flat and distressed.
It's getting rough in there. Mills Lane just taking the time out, having a talk to them. They were starting to wrestle and pull about in there.
There's Tyson using his jab. Glenn, you get the impression at this stage that Tyson needs the morale booster of a punch that maybe just wobbles Holyfield a little, puts a dent in him.
Yes, he needs to get something. The cut looks as if it's getting worse. He's just not getting his punches off. And when Holyfield starts, he's getting off first. It's all a little bit too messy in this round. But Holyfield much the stronger.
2 rounds gone. Tyson does not look a happy man. He's got a cut to the right eye. In the first fight, it was a cut to the left eye. Now, how bad is that?
It looked bad. It looked to be bleeding quite a bit. And there you hear a little yelp as they pushed to try and close that cut. The only way you can close the cut, you need the adrenaline. You've got to put pressure on. Now he's trying to push Richie Giacchetti out the way.
Let me take a look. Go underneath. Give me a look.
Can I hold pressure on it?
You can see Tyson now shouting to the referees, not happy. He feels that Holyfield butted him.
Yes, it looked as if that's what he was trying to say there. The heads did come close there. That could well have been the top of Holyfield's head, but I don't think it was deliberate. He was trying to load up for a left hook.
The situation here is if the fight has to be stopped because of that cut and it's deemed accidental before 4 rounds, it will be a technical draw or no contest. After that, they go to the scorecards. Now, Tyson goes for it at the beginning of round 3. Listen to the crowd. Suddenly, Tyson catches fire.
Well, this is where Tyson has to show character if he can regain the title. He's coming out full of aggression in this round, but what answers has Holyfield got?
Can Tyson sustain that aggression, though? A lot of people say about Holyfield, well, he doesn't produce good performances twice running. Only a glancing blow with the left hook from Holyfield.
Again, a little bit of rough stuff inside. Tyson just trying to use the forearm there, pushing Holyfield up with the forearm.
Good right hand from Tyson. He's done better in this 3rd round. Is he just beginning to warm to the task a little more? Holyfield says Tyson had better hope that he can produce a better performance because he knows the last one wasn't good enough against me. Look at that from Holyfield.
That was good, mixing it up well there. In the first fight, he threw good body punches, Holyfield, that landed.
Right hand from Tyson, looked a great shot, but Holyfield just sucked it up again. This man, whose wife is a specialist in pain management.
But this has been a much better round for Tyson. He's getting off first, he's landed with effective punches.
Oh, and some nasty stuff in there. There need to be a bite almost. Holyfield is very unhappy. Look at this. It looked as if Tyson bared his teeth at one stage in the exchange.
Yes,
bit
I think
his ear.
He bit his ear. That's what Holyfield was in a lot of pain from that. You see the blood on the ear. That was definitely a bite.
Well, feelings are running very, very hot indeed in there. Holyfield was outraged by that. Now, what is the referee going to do about that? 1 point deduction for Tyson. 1 point deducted from Mike Tyson for biting Holyfield's ear. Now let's take a look again.
Yes, it's just here. He gets into the position there. Watch. You see he stays there. There he bites him there. You see him lift his teeth. And Holyfield in agony at that point, trying to rip free. In an awful lot of pain.
Well, this is getting like a street fight. It'll take more than that to stop Holyfield going on, but we have all kinds of chaos. Mark Ratner is there, the Nevada commissioner on the far side. We've got the doctor in the ring as well. This is only round 3.